Let's look ahead to tonight now with Senator Cory Booker. Senator, thank you for joining us this morning. You know, you watched the speeches last night from Kamala Harris and Barack Obama. You read the tweets from President Trump. It's almost as if they're speaking to two completely different countries. And President Obama conceded last night that most Americans have made up their minds. Is there anyone left to be persuaded right now? And what must Joe Biden do to convince them?
Well, I think the biggest persuasion we need is to have people come out and vote in the first place. You know this. We had a very significant non-participation rate in the 2016 election. And, you know, I think that that's the challenge in our country. It's always been. It's what our ancestors talked about. It's about apathy is one of the greatest enemies of a democracy. So I'm hoping that last night energized people, ignited people, let people know what's at stake, and most importantly, that they have the power to make a difference in this nation.
And what does Joe Biden do tonight?
I think Joe Biden shows us his heart. I know that one thing I found particularly impressive about him on the campaign trail is how much he really does lead with a love of folks. And you can't lead the people if you don't love the people. And I think a lot of Americans are tired of politics. They're tired of the divisions. They're tired of the kind of rancor. And I think he can really rise in America and be a healer and remind our country that the lines that divide us are not as strong as the ties that bind us. I really believe we're at a point in America where we need to, all of us, to try to generate a revival of civic grace. And I think that he has that kind of decency to do that, and I think we'll see that tonight.
You know, we've never seen a former president take on a sitting president the way Barack Obama took on Donald Trump last night as an existential threat to our democracy. Well, President Trump is saying the only way he's going to lose is if the election is rigged. So are you convinced this will be a fair election, and what must be done for Americans to see it as fair?
Well, I think that we have already seen a president do things that are unprecedented, and it's not Barack Obama giving a critique of Donald Trump. It's Donald Trump doing everything from turning armed forces on peaceful protesters in front of Lafayette Square, or Donald Trump attacking the Postal Service the way he is in days before an election. This is a time where we've seen so many norms trashed by this president, so many institutions attacked, from our freedom of speech and journalists like you all the way to our own intelligence officers. And so there is a credible belief out there by many folks in our government and elsewhere that we are at a point where our democracy is being stress tested like it never has before. But as a person who grew up with two civil rights parents, I know about obstacles that have been placed to vote before. I know about the challenges that we've faced in having fair elections. And so there may be dirty tricks from this president. We're already seeing it right now, again, with the post office. But I learned from my parents and grandparents that obstacles will always be put up, but our determination to surmount them is what's important. And so I hope Americans are not deterred and press on in what is the most important election of our lifetime that will define how this country moves forward, not only in the spirit of America, our ability to manifest kindness and love for one another, but also issues that are affecting the entire planet, like climate change. This is such an important election. We cannot allow any excuses to stop us from participating.
We're just about out of time. What's the number one point you want to make tonight?
I think I want to talk to that heart and spirit of our country and remind us that patriotism is love of country, and you can't love your country unless you love your fellow countrymen and women. And that doesn't mean we always have to agree or even like each other, but we have to understand that we're all in this together. And love is not sentimentality. It means that we're willing to stand up for each other, to sacrifice for each other, to in many ways fight in this generation to do what I think is one of our greatest calls, which is to put more indivisible back in our one nation under God.
Senator Booker, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you.
We will have full coverage of the Democratic Convention beginning tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern on ABC News Live. I'll be anchoring on the network in prime time starting at 10 Eastern. And on Sunday, Robin and David Muir will sit down with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in their first joint network interviews. That's at 8 p.m.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.